Hello my love humans, welcome back to another fabulous video here on my channel. I'm of course PeopleFlyFlyAway if you're brand new here, and don't forget this is Screen Break episode 4, the pivotal episode before the finale of the first season of the Scream series. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, the Halloween specials, I guess. I think next year might be a Halloween special, like a 3-hour episode or an hour and a half episode, full on Halloween, all done instead of like each week. I don't know. We'll see how Halloween plays out. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. That's a little while away. We'll see what my schedule looks like in college. You know, all these things are options here, but that's a little while. But guys, if you guys can look and see who we're looking at here, it's Susan. I have to make a shout out to our good old friend Will Simsy here on YouTube. She is the creator of this beautiful evil Susan. I'm gonna turn her name on the gallery. I have made her over a lot, because I didn't have a lot of the custom content that Evil Susan comes with. But Evil Susan also is like a bully, an ultimate evil type thing, and which is where I kind of used her for, because she was the snob. Like, when you think of a horror film, you think of 5 Sacrifices, I go back to Cabin in the Woods. You have the kind of snobbish, kind of, what's the proper word here? I guess it's 18 years and older, so horror? Okay. Then you have the jock, which is then you have the geek, which died. Then you have the kind of outcast, which also died. Then you have the nerd, which is the geek. Then you also have like the virgin, who is not dead. He's our main star here. And then you have the oh gosh, like the one who died, the jock, which he died first. Lawrence is also a mixture of 2 of them. I just want a 6th character. He doesn't really fit into the puzzle here. He's just kind of there. What's that mean? Who knows? But you have Matthew over here, who's the virgin. Which, not really, just can you just tell? And she's like, I know you are. But we're going to talk about Susan today. And then I'm going to talk about where they're at, why they're back here, type thing. What happened in the hour time span that you have not seen them. It's been a horrible day for them, by the way. Lots of their friends are dead in the course of one day, one weekend. It's supposed to be 2 weeks, of course 2-week period, but I don't do that. So that's the point. So, we're talking about Susan today. She lives with her parents. She has a mom and a dad, and they live in this big fancy home, very rich. She's very pretentious, kind of snob, kind of not nice, has a lot of enemies, kind of school jerk. You know, she's the head of Mean Girls. You know, she's the typical Regina George, okay? And she fell in love with Matthew really early on. They've been friends for a long time. He never saw Regina George until recently. He first started seeing her, and that's when he kind of said, okay, maybe we should take it slow just for a little bit until I figure out who you really are. And she wasn't happy, and he saw who she really was, and it wasn't good. So they broke up. That's kind of where our story started. It was after they broke up. It was like 2 weeks after they broke up. So, yeah. Didn't really mention that, though. Haven't mentioned that, though, until right now. And so, but yeah, I'd like to kind of clarify Susan for you. She wasn't really friends with anybody. She and Matthew are the ones who joined the clique. They formed it. Susan brought in Lawrence, Matthew brought in Miko brought in Taylor, and they just became friends. Yet Susan was always the person who was like, you can't do this because I'm doing this. You can't wear this because I'm wearing this. You're ugly, Taylor. You're a horrible person, Miko. I can't believe you're such a nerd and a geek. You're such a jerk face. Oh, Lawrence, your muscles are huge. And or Steph, who has been dead, or Sam, who's been dead for a while. Yeah, she always had a crush on Sam, and Sam always had a crush on her, but there was no fling there. Nothing happened. And Sam, you know, perished, and she wasn't really sad about that because Sam showed up kind of later, but he was like one of Matthew's best friends. With Susan, obviously, you know, they were kind of 3 that started it. I know I said the 2 of them, but Sam dies in the beginning, and that was 5 weeks ago almost. So, you know, oh my gosh, there's just everything going outside my windows right now. There's been rain, which stops real soon. Now, cop cars, it's a lot, okay? And there's this big spider on the floor. You guys don't care. Back to the story here. I'm getting distracted, okay? So, what happened is they ran, oh my god, okay. I'm trying to sure. And stop it. I'm not really sure what's going on. Alright, so they left the killer's hideout very scared. Obviously Miko died. They were all very, very upset about Miko dying. Except Susan here. Look at Susan. He is upset. He's just thinking about who the killer could be. But Matthew, in his little brain here, has come up to the decision saying it has to be somebody on the island. And he believes because only certain people knew Miko was there. But then again, he also, was them. But how could the killer know? But it can't be one of them. You know what I mean? And so maybe one of them is accomplice with the killer. Maybe we have a secret murder inside our things. We don't know yet. Like I said, it's a little fishy. Or is it somebody like on the outskirts and they're sad that someone... But see, the thing that keeps getting him is why would the outsiders want to kill them? What did they do? And it all started with Carice, which it's interesting that it all started with her, because what would make them want to kill her? Like, what's the purpose behind the Matthew, And also, Lauren's here, because he's getting pretty scared. He can't tell right now, but he was crying earlier in his bed. He's going to call his sister up, and she's going to be in the next part. It's going to take her the whole part to get here, and she's the cop, so she'll be here. It's going to be a fun time. Also, the house might be major different because I don't know if I'm going to do it here. I think I might just throw a beach party, to be honest with you, at the Bluffs, and everything's going to take down at the Bluffs. I'm sorry. This house, it's bad. It's bad wacky, okay? But they came here afterwards, freaked out, and they're all adjourning to have a conversation about who they might think the killer is. Now, the killer, being the killer himself, or herself, person, is lurking. Always lurking, okay? Now, the killer has been through a lot lately, but he's not too far, as you can see. He's just lurking. It's interesting. But like I said, they're gonna have a conversation. This part shouldn't be too much longer. They're gonna have this conversation, and then, I think they're all gonna, decide there's many things to do, and everything like that, and so... they all have their own, objectives to do. And, they don't get along really well. And so them talking right now, it's a big deal. Because they don't get along. And, Susan doesn't like him. And Matthew doesn't like her. It's not good. You see the red? Okay, it's majorly red. Up there. Alright. But we're going to grab good old Susan here. And, Susan, for instance, it's just I'm done with this conversation. I'm just done completely. You boys talk it out. I'm just gonna go check on, let's say, I don't know, the plants, for instance, right? That seems reasonable. I seriously want to check on the plants. They're all dying, though, I think. No, those are grapefruits. Interesting. I don't know. She'd be like, I'm gonna go see if anybody has seen anything. I'm gonna go check things out. And of course, they're kind of appalled by this. But Susan's her own person, alright? And so she's gonna come over here to this person's house we've never met. And yeah, she's gonna float on over here. And you guys all should know by now, when someone leaves the group, it's just, I'll be right back. Typical horror film fashion here. They die! So Susan is going to die. What? I thought that was underneath there, so I was like, that house got very intricate. Maybe it's him or her. I don't actually remember who lives. Someone does live here though. Don't rule it out. Okay, don't rule out people we've never met. Campers. We met campers. Okay, you see my problem here? I want Susan to come here, and I want Killer to come here. Susan and Killer, both to come here. Yet it takes them forever, and it's because of the lot. And so, like I said, pretty sure I'm just gonna have them throw a party. They don't really know people, but it'd be see, okay, that's an issue. They don't really know people. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure. Oh, but look at that look. That look is of something interesting. Maybe, just maybe. No, it's too ludicrous. Never mind. It's alright, because, he's a killer out for blood. I don't know why he wants to murder all these people, but he does. He does like murdering, okay? And just like everybody else in this world, Susan deserves to die too. Especially Susan's. Okay? JK, I don't murder people, guys. It's all fictional. And if you can't handle all these jokes, then you should be watching it anyways. That's my only opinion here. Okay. Only watch what you can. Oh, there it goes. Oh, See, that one, I don't like the whole stab guts interaction because it's way too simple and easy. It's too simple and easy. This note right here. This very kind of want to send the picture to Little Simsy. Nope. Should I tweet it to her? Maybe not tweet it to her. I don't know how to get it to her if I don't tweet it to her, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, how I get there. But let's get real here. If anybody should see this, it's Little Simsy. Maybe I'll tweet at the episode to her, be like, hey, someone you know dies. Oh, that's bad.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out. But guys, if you like this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment down who you think might be the killer. There's 2 people left, or you can vote someone on the island, which all you get to type in is on the island, and I'll understand what you mean here. But of course, next week is the finale, and so we get to figure out who is murdering all these horrible souls. Now, I don't know. We'll talk about how I feel about this whole season in general next week. I'm not going to get there because it could ruin the fun. Alright, I'll see you guys all next time. Love you all.